Hi there and welcome back to the channel. This is going to be an instructional video for our Gen 2 Safariland Molle adapter kits for the Taser 7 and the new Taser 10 holster. So much like we did with the Blackhawk kits, we're trying to consolidate and simplify things. And so we currently have our Gen 1, I guess you would call them, kits that have a plate for 3-inch Molle locks. And we have a slightly different plate for the 2-inch Molle locks. We have an option for the 1.5 to 2 1/4 adjustable Molle locks. And then we have another kit or different adapter plate for QLS attachments. So in an effort to simplify, we have combined all of those plates into one plate that will work for all the different attachments to make it more streamlined and easier for you as the customer to purchase. So there won't be several different models to purchase on the website. There will be one, Safariland, and then you can choose between your 3-inch, your 2-inch, or your 1.5 to 2 1/4 adjustable Molle locks. So the plate is essentially our like our QLS adapter plate. And each kit, of course, is going to come with whichever Molle locks you choose, a packet of thread locker, the adapter plate, and the needed hardware. So the back of this is a Axon Safariland for the Taser 7 here, and then the Taser 10 Safariland holster. So pretty much the standard Safariland standard hole pattern. You do have a little bit of cant adjustability built in. Our old plate, we were running the 3-inch Molle locks on the 4th hole, kind of down here, which then made this area set up, and you had to put in a washer as a spacer, and that was just cumbersome. So this is going to be a simpler plate. So let's do it on the Taser 10 holster here for the 3-inch Molle locks. So this is going to be the simplest setup. Easiest way to do it is going to be to attach if you're doing vertical. So we'll do vertical first. And you take a 1/8-inch threaded post. We're going to put it in the back. And basically, I'm just going to draw on here. We're going to use these holes here that are 1.5 inches apart because these are on 3/4 inch centers. So 1/8-inch threaded post in the back. The smaller 1/4 inch screw is going to go there. Do the same thing on the other side. 1/8-inch post on the back, 1/4 inch screw through the front. Again, don't tighten these down super tight yet in case you need to adjust these. There's a little bit of play in these. And then you're going to set it on your holster. And then for these 3 remaining holes, we're going to use the longer 3/8-inch flat top screws because we've got to get through the Molle locks, the adapter plate, and then all the way down into the holster posts. And of course, I recommend using the provided thread locker. And we flared these out a little bit. You can see this is canted because this is narrower than 1.5 inches up here at the top with the Safariland pattern. And if we put those parallel, your locking tabs here are basically touching. So, I mean, there is a little bit of wiggle room, but I kind of like to flare them out and then tighten it down. That way you can get your fingers in here and get those adjusted. But if you want them straight, you can still kind of push those around. And then you are set up for vertical carry with your Taser 10 there for the 3-inch Molle locks for the external vest. Or if some of you are running the really wide battle belts that have 2 rows of standard Molle, seen some guys run that as well. And then also with these holsters, you do have some cant adjustability, like I showed you with those slots. So you can get a little bit of cant out of this. Next, we will go over the 45-degree canted option. All right, so canted options. We can do a reverse cant or a forward cant. Now this is going to be a little different than the Blackhawk setup. So reverse cant, we're going to be using those holes there, and this time let's use our 2-inch Molle locks. So basically the same thing, attached, but we're attaching in 1.5 inch away holes. But to start this off, we need to get these 4 threaded posts in the back of the adapter plate, like so. And what I like to do is just throw a piece of tape on here to hold them in position and to keep them from spinning while we're attaching the screws. So here we go. We are set up in that fashion. Set the plate back on here. Now this time we're going to start with attaching the plate to the holster using the longer 3/8 inch screws. Kind of have to reach in there and keep a finger on those threaded posts to keep them from pushing out. At least on these two, because they will fall out. This one is fixed. Okay, so the adapter plate is on. We're going to achieve a reverse cant and basically just attaching these here with the shorter 1/4 inch screws. And these 2-inch Molle locks are really good for your Molle belts, if anybody's running a Molle belt. So there you've got those at about a 45-degree angle. So you can attach these to your Molle belt if you are running that. Slide your Molle locks through the Molle webbing as such, lock that down, and then you are at a reverse cant on your Molle belt. When you do put those on there, make sure that these posts, these tabs, are all the way locked down. If you've got a rather thick webbing on your Molle belt, sometimes when they latch in, they'll just come down part way. So just make sure those are locked down all the way so they are nice and secure. So there's a reverse cant setup for Molle belt, or these will also work for laser cut Molle. Like so, if you've got an external vest that has, this newer style laser cut Molle, you can also get away with using a 2-inch Molle lock setup on an external vest that has this style of Molle. So next we'll go over the belt carry, but first we're going to show you how to achieve a forward cant, as this is a right-handed holster. Reverse cant, I know a lot of people, if you are right-handed dominant, your firearm, you're drawing with your right hand, you might have your taser on your left hip, and so you need a reverse cant for a left-handed holster. We'll go over that next. Okay, so if you need to achieve a forward cant for a right-handed holster, which I'm not sure why you would, but, or more importantly, you need a reverse cant on a left-handed holster. We'll cover that now. So for lefties, you're going to be using these same holes, but we're going to flip the plate around and be attaching them in this fashion. So same thing, posts on the back. This is going to be the posts are going to go on the textured side of the Kydex plate here. Hopefully my tape still have enough stick to it to hold. And again, using the 3/8 inch screws. Attach the adapter plate to the holster. If I was smart, I would be using a screwdriver with a magnetic tip. Okay, we haven't used these Molle locks yet, so we'll do these ones this time. So these are the 1.5 to 2 1/4 adjustable Molle locks. They have a 6mm gap for going over a belt. So they're for an over the belt application, and you have this plug here that goes in these different slots for if your belt is 1.5 inch, 1.75 2 inch, or remove it all together and you can achieve for a 2 1/4 inch belt. So that is of that thickness. And of course, we've got only 2 holes on this side, so we're going to be using this side of the Molle lock. And basically it's just the same thing. Line up the holes, 1/4 inch screw, tape's not sticking on that one. Okay, we'll get this guy in first. Should use some new tape. So if you're having trouble, just slide something behind here to give a little back pressure. And then you'll be able to get those cranked down. This one, I think I can get my finger in there. Okay, so now you have a forward cant on a right-handed holster, which probably nobody's going to be doing. But let's pretend this is a left-handed holster. You would now be achieving your reverse cant on a left-handed holster. Tighten those down a little bit more. So this is going to be for a over the belt application, a non-Molle belt. Let's go through. So flip over. Once again, we are pretending this is a left-handed holster. So left-handed holster with a reverse cant. So those are the 3 different ways to carry these. You've got vertical, you've got reverse cant, forward cant, And you just have to remember, if you are running a left-handed holster and you're trying to retrieve that reverse cant, you need to flip the adapter plate around so that you've got this smooth side going onto the Molle locks. So these kits will be up on the website soon. Then I'll have a link to this video right on the website, as well as on our YouTube channel if you need to reference it for installing these. And so this will get rid of the 3 different options for Safariland, for having 3 different things on the website to choose from: vest, Molle belt, and over the belt carry. We will combine that into one product on the website, and then there will just be a drop down if you want 3-inch Molle locks for your external vest and wide battle belts, your inch and a half to 2 1/4 adjustable Molle locks for your over the belt duty belt application, or your 2-inch Molle locks that will be for your Molle belts or laser cut Molle if you have an external vest with laser cut Molle. So I hope you find this informational, and thank you for all your support. Please reach out if you have any questions. Our website is mtcustomkydex.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.